This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions.
Hi, my name is Mark Hayward. This is the Absolute Business Mindset podcast, and here are some of my thoughts, ideas and comments. So I wanted to talk to you about confidence initially, and then we're going to sort of branch off onto a couple of other tracks. So confidence. So how do you improve your confidence? How do you become a confident person? So I've got a couple of 3 points I want to talk to you about on how a confident person conducts themselves. So the first thing is they need to be competent. They need to have the ability in the area that they work in. So that might mean having a certain element of experience, skills, education, but you've got to be good at what you do. So if you're part of sales, you've got to be able to sell to people. If you're good at finance, and you've got to work out the budgets, etc. So you've just got to be competent at what you do. So if you're not competent, then you won't be successful and be confident, because you got to put in the time. You got to put in the time, the effort to be able to deliver such high quality. So I think anyone who thinks that they can be confident and successful without a certain element of competence in the area that you're working in, it seems like a no-brainer to me. But happy for you to give thoughts and comments on that. The other thing is you've got to be in harmony with the people that you work with and what you're doing. There's when you start talking about sports people being in the zone, that's a very extreme version of being in harmony with your other players, other people, people involved. It happens to less extent in business, but I think there's a certain element of being happy with the people that you're working with and happy with the job that you're doing. You're also competent as well. So these are really building blocks on how you can be totally confident in the area that you're working in. So first thing, you need to be competent, you need to be good at what you do. Secondly, you need to be in harmony with your culture at the business, with the people that you work with, your clients. They have confidence in you. They think you're competent. They think you're good at what you do. This whole essence of harmony might sound a little bit hippie-ish to some, but essentially you understand when you're working in a company and everything is working, your boss is very positive and it's working for you, your clients, your colleagues. When you get that sort of harmony, that's really a very attractive piece in the jigsaw of when you are confident and when you are good at what you do. So it's something that not everyone experiences, or not everyone experiences often, you could say. But that sense of harmony and agreement is an incredibly strong and fruitful part of the jigsaw. And then the third point, and there's that third A and third B. Third A is being able to connect with your colleagues, with your clients, and just having a really good connection with people. And then 3B is curiosity. I think everyone needs to be curious, because the curiosity piece is something that if you want to be more successful than you are at the moment, you need to be curious of other things. It might be other projects, it might be other clients, it might be other colleagues. I've talked a lot recently about the 3 parts of my job, which is people, projects, and clients. And I think a sort of curiosity of thinking about new clients, new markets, new industries to go into. It might be curiosity about an internal project and working with new people. It might be seeing something that no one's seen before and exploiting that. So curiosity is a very, very important factor, and probably underrated by many, because I think they don't really see that as that important. But to have a curious mind, for me, learning is incredibly important. Listening to audiobooks, listening to podcasts, having a mentor, really pushes me forward on being curious and trying to learn new things and better myself. And I think that is an incredibly strong personality trait. If you want to be successful, you've got to be curious, you've got to be open to learning, open to new ways of doing things and new thought processes. So they're all the things that make you confident or make a confident person. One thing that sort of triggers off from this, which makes you a really good employee or businessman, is that you're a role model. Now, you might wonder why I'm talking about a role model. And the reason is because the whole thing of being competent, harmonious with your environment, connecting and curious, is that you want to be a better person, you want to be improving, and you want to be for other parts of the business that they look up to you, that you're doing all the right things. And this is a critical thing, doing the right things. And that's not always easy for everyone to be able to do, but it is critically important to be able to be that role model that people look up to, because you're working hard, you're putting the hours in, you're reaching out to the right people. If it's a business development or a sales job that you're doing, you're hitting your budgets, you're delivering on your milestones, on your projects. All these things make you a role model. And the opposing side, if you don't be a role model and try and do the best for you and your business, is that you end up being a little bit of a manipulator. And I would say that is a short-term, can be successful short-term, often isn't, but it can be if you are manipulating people in your own company. You can be successful. You can make an impact, and but for me, it's not worth the thought process or being able to do that, because I want to do things the right way. I want to do things with dignity, and therefore being a short-term manipulator to better myself or better my position is not something that I look for in my role. So I would always hope that people would think that I am a role model, and role models, just as leaders, can come at all levels. It's not just at the top that people are role models. You should be trying to be a role model to up and down in your organisation. So I would say that's really important. So a personality trait which I just want to touch on here also is about procrastination. Now, I would say this is one of the harder things. If you are a procrastinator, then I would probably challenge you that you're not really interested in what you're doing. If you're always making excuses and finding delays, then you're being motivated by stopping you working rather than motivating to actually work. So I think if you are procrastinating about jobs and about tasks, then maybe rethink where you are and what you want to achieve. And the last one I just want to pick up on is perfectionism. So lots of people say, "Oh, it's so hard. I'm such a perfectionist. I always like to do things the right way, and I might be late on delivery times or over budget because I wanted it to be perfect." Well, I had this really great quote, which was, if you're a perfectionist and you're not delivering, then you're not a perfectionist, because to be perfect, you've got to deliver as well, and you've got to finish. So I loved that quote, because I get frustrated when people say, "Oh, I'm such a perfectionist, I'm not able to deliver because all I want to do is in the best way possible." Well, delivery dates, budgets, reasons to do things, and time are just as important as sort of this sort of BS that you can't do things properly because you're such a perfectionist. I've jumped around a few different topics there. Hopefully, some of those things have been helpful for you. Happy to hear thoughts. I'm on iTunes, I'm on Stitcher, I'm on Spotify. You can catch up some of my on Twitter, Mark Hayward, on Instagram, Mark Hayward, YouTube. I'm hoping to get some YouTube videos up as well quite soon. So please check it out. And this is the Absolute Business Mindset Podcast. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thanks.